I'd like to welcome everybody here. Once again, we're having our annual kickoff. But before I started, my name is, first of all, Vinnie Dolan. I'm the PR person here for Toys for Tots. I've been doing it for 24 years, and I love every moment of it. But I do want to acknowledge a few people that are here today that really help out this program. It's the Bay State Chapter Women Marine Corps. It's the 1st Marine and 2nd Marine Division Association, the State Police. We got Gillette's volunteers and the Gillette's and State Street. We have a major here from Devon's, and we also have a real good close friend of ours, Marty Walsh. And I'd like to welcome him here today for doing this. I'll be turning this over to Staff Sergeant Kenneth Eaton. He's our new coordinator for this year for Toys for Tots. Staff Sergeant.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming to this special occasion on today. I want to thank, first of all, Mr. Vinnie Nolan for his years of dedication to our cause, to our program here in Boston, to Toys for Tots. He's been a really big help when it comes to collecting toys, getting people out here to volunteer, setting up events such as this, and many other things that he's involved in this great city. I also like to thank the mayor for being here today and for his continued dedication with us here at 125 with the Boston Toys for Tots. Also, I would like to thank our volunteers who are here day in and day out, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends, helping me make sure we meet our mission every year with making sure that every kid gets a toy and gets a little bit of Christmas each year. I also would like to thank the staff and members of Jamestown for their guidance here in the warehouse with our different policies and with the loading dock and keeping us on board when it comes to the different changes here in the warehouse. So thank you so much for your support. Here at Toys for Tots, since 1947, the Marine Corps has continued the mission of collecting toys and distributing toys in hopes to send a message and bring hope to less fortunate kids around America. With the support of our community services, local businesses, our brothers and sisters in our armed forces, veteran programs and veterans, which are all here in the Boston area, we are able to meet those goals and meet that mission each year. Toys for Tots, the message of hope, we send a message of hope for the future, to hope that we can reach our youngsters so they can see a positive influence. And as we change those young people, we make them better men and women here in America, make them better citizens and patriotic citizens, okay? So on behalf of the Marine Corps Toys for Tots program here in the Boston area, the Marines of 125, we want to thank each and every person, each and every group, business, and organization for their support here in helping us reach our goal and meeting our mission each year with the Toys for Tots program. Now, without further ado, I'll introduce you all to my commanding officer here at H&S and Weapons Company, 1st Battalion, 25th Marines, Major Christopher DeVries.
Thank you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Mr. Mayor, thank you for all of the support, not just this year, but every single year. This is truly a team effort from top to bottom. It's amazing. It's inspiring to see the amount of energy and effort and coordination and years of service that have gone into making Toys for Tots what it is. As the face of the unit and of the program, we sit in the spotlight for a lot of this stuff, but it's the selfless service for many hours and days and months and years behind the scene that makes Toys for Tots quite the program that it is. Like Staff Sergeant Eaton said, my name is Major Chris DeVries out of Fort Devens with 1st Battalion, 25th Marines. And it's great to be here in Boston today. And the city itself has a long history with the Marine Corps, dating back to the oldest surviving Marine Corps barracks at the Charleston Navy Yard, built approximately 1811. Boston also has many of its citizens that have risen to quite prominent ranks in the Marine Corps, as many of us know, and we've talked about already this morning, to include the current chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dunford. The Marine Corps has a tradition of winning our nation's battles, and these victories provide people around the world hope for a better future. And Toys for Tots program is no different. It provides hope, as Staff Sergeant Eaton said, to every child, with the goal of every child receiving a gift every Christmas. And not a lot of people know Toys for Tots started in 1947. We were quizzing, we were checking my knowledge beforehand. Right after World War II, there's a group out in Los Angeles that started off doing collections for toys for for kids whose fathers had died during World War II. And it was such a great response that by the next year, the Commandant made it mandatory across the entire nation. And from that year, from 1948 on, we've gone through every single year with expanding the volunteer networks, creating the program that you see today. And the additional many celebrities have helped out over the years, outstanding support from volunteers to prominent government figures. And a little known fact, like we discussed earlier, is the Toys for Tots logo was designed by Walt Disney down in Southern California in the late 40s. And just the support from the grassroots of America is what makes the program a success continuously. And last year for 125 and for Boston, we wanted to point out that over 134,000 toys were collected and then distributed as part of the Toys for Tots program. And that translates into over 90,000 children receiving a toy as a part of this. And that's quite outstanding. The statistics are impressive. And for the volunteers who work this day in and day out, getting to see the gratitude on those organizations, those children's faces is by far the most rewarding portion. And this year, if you're able, we'd appreciate the donation of a new unwrapped toy at any of the collection boxes in your area. Toys can always be brought to the state police barracks, any of the firefighting locations, and Toys R Us. Additionally, hop on our website toysfortots.org, and you'll be able to click through to the local link in your area for further instructions. And lastly, I'd like to echo what Staff Sergeant Eaton said about thank you again to the volunteers. Without them, we couldn't accomplish an important mission. And there's 7 key staff members that have contributed significant years, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 25 plus years to the program. And it's our honor to thank them and applaud them for all the service that they've put into Toys for Tots. And I just should point out some of those, a fair amount of those volunteers were prior service Marines and have gone on outside of wearing the uniform to contribute and live a life of selfless service. And we appreciate them. And also to Jamestown and the support staff, the support we received for having this facility is outstanding and irreplaceable to the program. And the coordination over the years and the support has been a hallmark of the 125 and the Greater Boston Toys for Tots program. For that, we thank you. At this time, I'd like to turn over to you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Major, and I appreciate your words. I want to thank Corporal Vinnie Dolan as well. Vinnie has been doing this for many, many years, and thank you for everything you do, Vinnie, and your team. Staff Sergeant Eaton, thank you as well. To the state police and to all the public safety officials in our city and our Commonwealth. Oftentimes they don't get recognized for the incredible things they do. And this is one of those times that they do so many great things, whether it's the Mass State Police or the Boston Fire Department or our own Boston Police Department and across the Commonwealth. Thank you to all of you. This event it was already mentioned earlier, is one of my favorite as well, because a lot of hard work is put into this building here. Thank you, Jamestown. A lot of hard work is put in here in collecting toys. And we don't realize, even though we have a great economy and things seem to be moving great in Boston and Massachusetts, there's still so much need out there. There's so many families that still need the toys, so many kids and families that we're going to bring smiles to during the Christmas season. And holidays can be a tough time for families, and it's a tough time for them asking for something. So it's important that we make sure that no child is forgotten. So to the volunteers who actually do all the work, I get a chance to come in here and smile and get pictures taken, and I leave, and you do all the work. So. And I don't help. Thank you, volunteers, for helping. I threw a football around last year. You know, I'm lying a football right there. There's a Nerf one. But I want to thank you. And let me just talk a little bit about Toys for Tots. They partner with nonprofits, with churches, health clinics, and other community institutions and resources. For 71 years, they've distributed over 542 million toys. 250 million children have been affected by Toys for Tots across this country. And I want to thank the Marine Corps, and happy belated birthday to all the Marines that are here today. We're asking you to donate new and unwrapped toys at the drop-off centers all across our city. You can go on the website, as the Major said, but we're asking you just to help us out to make sure that we can continue to add to the number of young people that we want to put a smile on their face. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be here today. And just a special thank you again to Vinny for always pushing and advocating on behalf of the young people in our city. So thank you, sir, for everything. And thank you very much.
So we'd like to stay for a second. Mr. Mayor, on behalf of First Town 25th Marines, we'd like to present you with this plaque as a token of our appreciation. Thank you for the support over the years. So,
Once again, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I do want to have a couple of sessions with the picture with the mayor.